Illinois is testing out a 4-year pilot program for medicinal marijuana, which is ridiculous because they should just legalize marijuana and stop playing games.
No kidding.
But, okay, so at least they're attempting to legalize marijuana for those who have up to 41 or fall under up to 41 different conditions that medicinal marijuana can be used for. Now, there are some issues with the regulations that they're putting in place for this medicinal marijuana. So patients would have to pay to be fingerprinted for a background check, plus pay a $150 year fee to apply for a photo ID. Under the proposal, they would also give up the right to own a weapon. They would not be allowed to have a gun. Even if they are using the medicinal marijuana because they have cancer or they have AIDS, even if they've passed every single background check, it doesn't matter. If you want to use medicinal marijuana under Illinois law, you have to give up your gun. Now, what I find fascinating about this is when I was looking into the NRA to see what their commentary was on this subject, they had no comment. No comment by the NRA.
They will stand up for terrorists to own guns, but they won't stand up for pot smokers.
Very curious decision for them to abstain from any type of commentary on this. But I think, look, I believe in common sense gun regulation. That's not what this topic is going to really focus on. What I want to focus on is the ridiculous stereotype that those who use medicinal marijuana are somehow more violent than people who use alcohol.
Yeah, but no, if you use alcohol or prescription pain medication or Viagra, you're allowed to own a gun. Those are some white people drugs, but marijuana apparently not, which by the way is also white.
Yes, definitely.
No, I had some.
But that's why the NRA must be thinking this. Yeah. They checked, okay, can you still drink Budweiser and can you still do meth? Check. White people can still own guns. Let's go ahead with the marijuana.
I mean, guns and alcohol go together like peanut butter and jelly. We all know that, right? It's marijuana that you have to be worried about. I mean, but you have to do that for, like, I got prescribed some Vicodin. They fingerprinted me. Don't they fingerprint you for Vicodins? And they'll give you a background. I mean, you can have Vicodins. You can have Budweiser. I walked in and bought a bottle of 151 rum. Nobody said a fucking word to me. Here you go. Can I clean your gun for you? Here you go. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, again, we live in it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, which is better than 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So at least they're getting it right. They're going to let them. Did you get that? It was a math problem. Yeah. We're still a step
if
ahead.
2 trains are 50 miles.
Right. What's the name of the bus driver? The point is, I want to open up. I want to move to Illinois and get on the ground floor of this medical.
That whole segment, by the way, has given him all of the weed credibility that he needs.
I think, look, we discussed this on the show a little bit yesterday, and maybe it sounds a little outlandish, but in terms of marijuana policy, I feel like the people who make the really big decisions are people that are very uneducated about what marijuana does, have never smoked marijuana before. And look, I'm not really advocating for people to smoke marijuana before they decide on legislation, but I feel like that would probably be a better strategy, and they would come up with common sense legislation and regulations as opposed to pushing these ridiculous stereotypes about marijuana users. You know, because I think there's this assumption that all drug users are all violent. All drugs are created equal, and that's not true.
Well, you know, I made this point earlier off camera about, you know, these people who are writing the drug laws. Like, you listen to Chris Matthew, who's against the pot smoking, and anybody who's against the pot smoking, and they bring them on to talk about it on television. To me, they always sound like my little sister trying to talk about hockey. It's like, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What are you? Do they have to hit so much? And why did they just use 1 puck? You know, shit like that. It's like, what are you?
That's actually a good point.
They don't.
That might be
2
cool.
pucks would be better. The point, but 2 pucks and some weed. Anyway, so. It really, it's like, listen, it's like, you guys, did I go through a time warp or something? We were through the last 3 presidents admitted to smoking pot. Rush Limbaugh admits to smoking pot. Newt Gingrich admits to smoking pot. Who the fuck? Bill Gates admits to smoking pot, right? Warren Buffett, fucking
Russell
Bloomberg.
Brand.
Right, Russell Brand.
Jimmy Dore admits to smoking pot.
He was on a reality show twice.
Tom Brokaw smoked pot, and then he was able to pronounce L's.
So, my final point that I want to make on this, I am done with how little respect we have for science in this country.
Definitely.
We wonder about like, okay, so we're going to teach creation in the school. Maybe that'll have an effect long term. I don't know if that's the cause, but we went off the rails decades ago, and I don't know if we'll ever recover. There should be, this is going to be dystopic, there should be a panel of scientists, or maybe someday we'll have a senator who is a scientist, or a governor, or the president will actually know some basic freaking facts about science. When you have a legislation that says you can't have medical marijuana and a gun, the scientists will look at that and then say, oh, why is that? And the stupid politician will say, because it makes you more violent. That should be countered with the scientists saying,
Yes.
show me some fucking data that links those two things. Stop acting as if you can't find out facts about the natural world. We have the scientific method. We've had it for hundreds of years as a species. Let's get around to using it from time to
Right.
time.